Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fast Money Football. I'm your host, Albert Vartanian, with my co-host, Sara Poraria, fresh off a nice vacation in the Dominican Republic. How are you, Sarah?
I'm well. Could be better. Could be still there, but I'm
How
here.
was it? How was the trip? I love Dominican. I love everything about the people, the food. How was the trip?
Yeah, no, it was so great. And we left right before everything shut down here. So it was perfect timing. But I was here for that massive snowstorm we just had. So nice welcome home present.
No, you can't avoid this storm. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. No, it was
Yeah.
bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to come back to that. But here we are. Let's get into it. We got 3 games today, 3 big games, 2 in the Premier League, 1 in the Copa del Rey. Let's start with that. Real Sociedad versus Atletico Madrid. A spot in the quarterfinals is on the line for the Copa del Rey. And right now, Sociedad slight favorites over Atletico Madrid. And understandable because, Atletico, they haven't been very good this year. Very disappointing. And this is probably their only chance at silverware this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I completely agree. They started off the beginning of the year in La Liga looking really competitive, and they kind of bottled it. Like it looked for a minute there. Barcelona were doing what Barcelona's doing right now. Real were a little shaky, so it kind of looked like Atletico could win this league. And then halfway through October, it just started falling apart. So yeah, I completely agree. This is probably their only chance at silverware. But yeah, they're going up against Real Sociedad, and they're playing in Basque country. Like, that is a hard place to play in Bilbao. The altitude is so difficult. It's notoriously very hard for teams to go and play there. The fans are ruthless. It usually rains. So I don't know. It's going to be really tough for them.
Yeah, I think it's good value, plus 155 for Sociedad in the Copa del Rey. For those that are betting on the money line when it comes to this game, because this is a cup match, the money line is only for the 90 minutes for regular time. If they win an extra time or penalties, you don't win your bet. So keep that in mind. Real Sociedad, you mentioned Bilbao. They beat them 2019, 2020 to win the Copa del Rey. They won it on 3 different occasions. So this is one of those teams who has pedigree in this competition.
Yeah.
It's like Manchester City with the Carabao Cup, Arsenal with the FA Cup. Some teams just do well in certain competitions. And this is why I like them so much. And also because we mentioned, Atletico Madrid, very disappointing season. It's funny. They have identical records, but you can look at each of their seasons in 2 different ways. Sociedad having a good season and Atletico Madrid not so much.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. You kind of expect more from Atletico, especially with the players they have, not to take away from the players Real Sociedad have at all. Mikel Oyarzabal, Alexander Isak, like you're expecting these guys to do the most. And they just have Rafinha, who came over from PSG on loan, and he's been playing and starting most of their last games and been playing really well. So he's fitting in there. I don't know really like what's going on at Atletico. I feel a bit bad for all my ex-Barca players, Luis Suarez, Griezmann, but it doesn't seem like they've kind of found chemistry for all these players right now.
And speaking of Suarez, I've heard that he's linked to Aston Villa in the summer. Imagine that. Gerrard, Coutinho, Suarez, all reunited. At some point, I think Gerrard just needs to come on the pitch just to make the reunion complete.
Yeah. Suarez's contract is over, and I think I think it's more of like an emotional kind of thing for him just to go back, play with, like his old captain. And I don't know when he's going to finish his career, but this could be it. I mean, there were links to him in the MLS like last year and whatnot, but I think like this is more of a personal transfer, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think it would be a good signing for Villa. I don't necessarily think he'll go and take, Watkins' job or Danny Ings' job, but I think it would be great for Ollie Watkins because he's a good striker. His finishing could use some work, and a guy like Suarez can really help him there. But that's transfer talk. That's for a whole different show. Who do you like here?
You know what? I'm going to take Real Sociedad.
Oh, you're going? I like that. I'm going to take them as well, but I'm going to go with the over 2.5 goals plus 138. There have been 3 or more goals in 6 of the last 9 matches, and Atletico last 10 matches have included at least 3 goals. So goals galore plus 138. Once again, if you're betting on the money line in this Copa del Rey match or any Copa del Rey match, remember the money line only covers the first 90 minutes. Regulation time plus extra time. Leicester, Spurs, let's go to the Premier League. Leicester City haven't played a match since the beginning of this month, which was against, or not this month, sorry, the beginning or the end. I'm all over the place. at the end of December against Liverpool, where they won 1-0. And they have a ton of injuries and a lot of players out at AFCON. I think this is a great opportunity for Spurs to make up some ground in that top 4 race.
Yeah, no, 100%. The only thing that I was concerned about was Conte came out, I think yesterday, saying that he's been pissed with the rescheduling of, all the COVID suspension games, and he didn't want to play this game today. Made me a little nervous just for Spurs fans, because I don't know if your head coach is coming out saying, I don't think the players are ready, like they need more time kind of thing. So I understand the frustration though, absolutely, because the Premier League, the last month and a half has been a mess, and these poor players are playing so much. But that was a little concerning. That being said, I do agree with what you're saying. Leicester has been, they haven't played in so long, and they're missing half their squad. So I think it's time for Tottenham to bounce back. Their players are healthy. They're here. Let's see what Harry Kane can do. Let's see what Son can do. I'm expecting goals from these guys. Like it's time, Tottenham. It's time.
Yeah, Leicester getting on with it, unlike Arsenal, who decided to postpone the North London derby because they didn't have enough players. One COVID case, they decided to loan out 3 or 4 players.
COVID case.
Oh my goodness! So I mean, that really upset Antonio Conte and Tom.
Yeah.
It didn't really make any sense. I mean, teams shouldn't be postponing games because they have injuries. That wasn't a COVID situation.
Yeah.
That was an injury situation. If you look at Leicester, it's an injury situation. Yeah. Timothy Castagna, Wesley Fofana, Ricardo Pereira, Ryan Bertrand, Jamie Vardy, Johnny Evans, Boubakary Soumare, and then you have 4 players out at AFCON: Daniel Marte, Wilfred Ndidi, Kelechi Iheanacho, and Nampalys Mendy. And Ndidi being probably one of the most important players in that 11 because he organizes that midfield and he helps that defense. Him not being there is huge, but this is a huge advantage for Spurs.
Yeah, no, I think honestly, if there was any way Leicester can pull this out of the bag, it would be traumatic for Spurs. Like I'm looking at this game thinking Tottenham has a walk. Just because of what you said, because of all the players missing. Like if Tottenham does not win this game, I don't even know what to say.
Well, as a Spurs fan, I can say it's very likely that will happen because I've seen a lot of things happen as my Spurs fandom has gone on for too many years. But Leicester City, yeah, I mean, Spurs should win this game. I think they're good value on the money line, plus 125. I'm surprised that hasn't gone even further. So, I mean, if you want to jump on that, go ahead. Over 2.5, I like as well at minus 120. You can pair that up with both teams to score and get that around even money as well. Spurs are missing some pieces. Son is not going to play, and Eric Dyer, which I think Eric Dyer has become a key piece of the side. I mean, over the years, he was kind of conflicted of where he wanted to play. I know he wanted to play defensive midfield. Pochettino wanted him to be a center back, and then Mourinho kind of converted him to a center back, and now he's definitely a center back under Conte, and he's kind of relishing in that role now and becoming better at it. And he's also become the anchor for Spurs. So him not being there weakens that defense. With that said, I still think Spurs win, but I think Leicester can score here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But I think we're going to see a bit of magic from Harry Kane today. I don't know why I'm feeling it.
Ooh,
and Son's not playing, right? So who's stepping up to the plate?
Yeah, I mean, Lucas Moura, he's been pretty good, so he's going to be there. But yeah, I think it's Kane's time to shine. He's got a pretty good record against Leicester City as well. The other match, Manchester United against Brentford. Manchester United. There's no more words. I don't know what to say about this team. Up 2-0 against Aston Villa. On comes Felipe Coutinho, flips that game upside down. 2-2 draw. Not all is right there, obviously, at I was about to say at Cristiano Ronaldo. At Manchester United. It's going to be called Cristiano Ronaldo FC soon. He's supposed to start today. Should be a big boost for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think so as well. Anytime you have a player like Ronaldo starting, you have an extreme advantage. But yeah, that game against Aston Villa was insanity. Like for sure, when I saw the second goal go in for United, I was like, it's locked. They're controlling this game. And all of a sudden, ex-Barcelona Coutinho. I was so happy though for him because he had such a rough go at Barca. I was so happy to see him come on, assist, score. Like it was honestly like it was great. But yeah, in terms of United, I don't know. I'm still not convinced with Rangnick. I know it's only been a little bit, but I don't even know if he was the right coach. Like that whole situation to me, I still am like, was that a good idea? So I'm not sure. This team is in shambles. That's the only way to describe it.
The thing with new managers coming in, whether it's at Manchester United, Spurs, or wherever, these managers need time to make that team their own. It's just at United, it's hard to do that because everybody is looking at what they're doing and they want them to get back to those levels that Alex Ferguson took them to.
Yeah.
Not many managers can do that. If he can get them to play his style, and I think eventually it will click. If the players eventually buy in, which could happen, he's obviously going to try and sell some players. I don't know about this month, but maybe the summer if he's still around, and try to make it his own team, then I think things could change. But at the moment, I mean, you have players who want out like Anthony Martial. You have Ronaldo saying that, players need to put more work in. So there's a lot of conflict within that dressing room, and it's just going to affect them moving forward. But I just want to touch on Felipe Coutinho, ex-Barca. You could say his best moment as a Barcelona player was actually knocking them out of the Champions League.
I've seen this meme everywhere, and I'm
it's not a meme. That's real life.
Yeah, no, Coutinho, it was tough because I was so excited when he got signed because he's such a phenomenal player. But throughout, before he went to Bayern, post Bayern, he never really fit in. I think a lot of it had to do with Koeman. He wasn't getting playing time. But I'm happy for him because he's not old enough where he can just sit on the bench and kind of coast. He still has a lot of game in him. So as much as it was a little bit sour, I guess, to see him go and already score for another team, I'm happy for him as a player because I think he still has time to excel and add to his football career. So I'm happy for him.
You know what I love too? He came on with a bit of swagger too. He knew that place at Villa Park was going to go crazy, and he made a difference right away. I can't wait to see what he's going to do once he gets into that starting 11. But back to the Manchester United Brentford game. Brentford coming off a loss to Liverpool at Anfield, 3-0. Yes, Liverpool didn't have Mane or Solly, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that team is just full of quality going up against a newly promoted team. With that said, I think they can get something here against United. Being at home, United reeling a bit. I think the crowd is going to be up for it, and obviously the players will too.
A little draw action?
I don't mind it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Honestly, I keep picking United to win just because it's United against these, lower level teams. And it never goes my way. So I think, I think Brentford they've had some really interesting football this season, some quality football. They're fun to watch. They're a good side. So I would go for the draw here. Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas Frank has them playing really well, almost like what Potter's doing at Brighton. He's a really good manager, and they're actually linked to Christian Eriksen because I think that would actually be a good signing. It's I think it's a 6-month contract, and if he can actually play, which he says he can, he's not concerned about his heart. He has a pacemaker in now. That's the type of player that can really change this team around. He'll instantly become the best player on the team. But when it comes to this game, I'm with you. I like the draw. Draw no bet isn't bad either. I think it's plus 200. So if they draw, you get your money back. But if they win the game, you're cashing in, Sarah.
Like it.
All right. That's it for us, Sarah. Thanks so much for coming on. This has been Fast Money Football on the Parlay.